Pitt's shocking divorce, while many have long blamed Angelina Jolie for the split. It turns out the truth is far more complicated. At 55, Jennifer Aniston has finally decided to reveal what truly led to the end of her marriage with Brad. So what really went down between these two Hollywood icons? And why did it take Jennifer so long to gather the courage to speak out about Brad Pitt? Could a reconciliation even be on the horizon for these two former lovers? Stick around as we dive deep into the real story behind their breakup and reveal all the answers you've been waiting for. Let's start with Jennifer's first major romance. Daniel McDonald. Before Brad, Jennifer had a significant relationship with actor Daniel McDonald, who she often referred to as her first love. From 1990 to 1995, McDonald was a constant part of her life. In a candid 2015 interview with the New York Times, Jennifer reminisced about their time together, describing their 5-year relationship as deeply formative. Though both were on the brink of major career success, their romance ended just before either of them reached full stardom. Despite their breakup, Aniston has always spoken fondly of McDonald, often hinting at a lingering sense of regret that their lives took separate paths. Reflecting on the split, she's admitted that her youthful inexperience may have played a role, confessing that she might not have been ready for such a serious commitment back then. Her deep feelings for him became even more apparent when McDonald tragically passed away from brain cancer in 2007. Aniston expressed profound sorrow over his death, acknowledging that their relationship had been one of the most significant of her early years. After McDonald, Aniston ventured back into the dating world, leading to a brief yet memorable romance with Counting Crows frontman Adam Duritz. Their story began in 1995 at the iconic Viper Room, a Hollywood hotpot where mutual friends had set them up. Duritz later confessed in a 2021 interview that both were playfully tricked into thinking the other had a crush. What's even more surprising, Duritz admitted he didn't even know who Aniston was at the time, as she hadn't yet skyrocketed to fame like she soon would. Despite the short duration of their relationship, Duritz had nothing but praise for her, calling Aniston funny, kind, and stunning. Although their romance was brief, it highlighted how her life was becoming more and more a focus of public attention. Her personal relationships were now a growing topic of fascination for fans in the media. Now on to a more serious relationship. Tate Donovan. Tate Donovan became Aniston's last significant boyfriend before Brad Pitt entered her life, marking one of her most important relationships before the Pitt era. They began seeing each other in 1995, and from the very beginning their connection was strong. Donovan, an actor widely known for roles in films like Love Potion No. N and TV shows like The OC, shared a deep and genuine bond with Aniston, quickly turning them into one of Hollywood's most talked about couples. However, like any high-profile relationship, theirs came with hurdles. The rising public interest in Aniston's private life made it increasingly difficult for the couple to maintain any sense of normalcy. Still, despite all the external pressures, they seemed determined to make things work, with Donovan even making a guest appearance on Friends during their relationship. Their romance seemed to merge both personal and professional worlds. However, as the weight of their careers and the relentless media scrutiny mounted, the strain on their relationship began to show. By 1998, after 3 years together, the couple decided to part ways. The breakup was kept mostly under the radar, with both Donovan and Aniston choosing privacy over public spectacle. Aniston's talent for keeping her personal life out of tabloid headlines would become a defining feature of her future relationships, even as her fame soared to new heights. Now the journey to Brad Pitt. Jennifer Aniston's relationships before meeting Pitt give us a peek into her growth as an individual and the challenges of finding love in the limelight. From her early romantic experience with Charlie Schlatter to the emotional depth of her time with Daniel McDonald, each phase played a role in shaping the person she was becoming. By the time Pitt came into her life, her experiences with Adam Duritz and Tate Donovan, though different in length and intensity, provided her with a deeper understanding of love and life. While constantly in the public eye, when Aniston and Pitt finally crossed paths in 1998, both had already weathered their share of heartbreaks and learned valuable lessons from their past relationships. By that time, she had not only solidified her place as a rising star in Hollywood, but had also mastered the art of keeping her personal life under wraps, shielding it from the relentless gaze of the media. These early years, marked by love and heartbreak, helped shape her into the strong, resilient woman she had become. They're together, so you can't tell them apart. So when he's leaving you, would you be able to keep him? Could you see him? Oh, I couldn't. I just couldn't. It felt like I was losing him, but then I stopped crying. I felt like I'd lost him, but I'm taking my passion back. These emotional lessons played an important role in preparing her for what would become a monumental relationship. Reflecting on that time, Aniston's growth, emotional intelligence, and resilience clearly stand out, showing just how essential these pre-BR years were in shaping her approach to love and navigating life in Hollywood. The start of their Hollywood love story came when Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt made their first public appearance together at the 51st Primetime Emmy Awards in 1999 and 1999. After months of swirling rumors, Aniston and Pitt officially confirmed their budding romance walking the red carpet. As a couple, they instantly became the talk of Hollywood. Aniston sparkled in a stunning sequin dress, while Pitt, ever the picture of cool confidence, donned his signature sleek sunglasses. This moment became iconic, solidifying the beginning of what would go on to be one of the most talked about relationships in Tinseltown. In 2004 interview with Diane Sawyer, Aniston reflected on that unforgettable night, sharing how their connection felt effortless and fun, a dynamic that many thought would lead to a lifelong partnership. Their love story blossomed even further, and on November 29, 1999, the couple made a headline-grabbing announcement during a Sting concert. In a spontaneous moment, Aniston stepped onto the stage and proudly showed off her dazzling engagement ring designed by Italian jeweler Silvia Domani. The ring, worth a reported $500,000, featured an intricate circular design encrusted with diamonds. It was the ultimate symbol of their love, and with that announcement, the public's excitement for their upcoming wedding reached a fever pitch, the wedding a true fairy tale. On July 29, 2000, Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston said "I do" in an extravagant ceremony that overlooked the breathtaking Pacific Ocean in Malibu. Their wedding, attended by 200 of Hollywood's elite, was nothing short of magical. Pitt had envisioned a serene, scenic atmosphere, and he spared no expense to bring this vision to life. 50,000 flowers, including roses, tulips, wisteria, and lotus blossoms, adorned the venue, creating an enchanting and ethereal garden setting. Aniston was the epitome of bridal perfection in a custom glass-beaded low-back gown designed by Lawrence Steele. She truly looked like the picture-perfect bride. The reception that followed was just as grand, with a 40 Airs gospel choir serenading the guests, who indulged in a lavish spread of lobster and champagne. To make the night even more unforgettable, musician Melissa Eth performed for the happy couple, adding an intimate personal touch to the celebration. And as the evening came to a close, a 13-minute fireworks display illuminated the sky, making the wedding one of the most talked about events of the year. With an estimated price tag of around $1 million, this wedding was a grand celebration of their love and their undeniable ace status. Shortly after tying the knot, Brad and Jennifer made their dazzling debut as newlyweds at the 2000 Emmy Awards. The couple was all smiles, their chemistry radiating from the red carpet, capturing fans' hearts and cementing their status as Hollywood's golden duo. The following year, their relationship took an even more exciting turn when Brad made a memorable guest appearance on Jennifer's hit show Friends. In the hilarious episode The One with the Rumor, in a playful twist, Pitt's character hilariously despised Aniston's iconic character Rachel Green, adding a fun dynamic that had viewers laughing out loud off-screen. Aniston couldn't stop gushing, calling Pitt one of her all-time favorite guest stars, and raving about his stellar performance. Their collaboration on Friends not only brought them closer personally, but also professionally. In 2002, the power couple took their partnership to new heights by co-founding Plan B Entertainment with producer Brad Gray. Fueled by their mutual passion for film, they set out to create meaningful and impactful cinematic projects. At first, they kept the venture under wraps, with Aniston explaining in a 2004 interview with The Guardian that they didn't want to be perceived as just actors with vanity deals. The company quickly gained momentum, producing successful films like Troy in 2004, starring Pitt and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. In 2005, it became clear that Brad and Jennifer's goals went far beyond their acting careers. They were determined to build something lasting together. However, as their ambitions grew, so did the distance between them, especially when it came to Jennifer's aspirations. With Friends coming to an end in 2004, Aniston began to think more deeply about her future, especially her longing to start a family. In an interview with The Guardian, she expressed her desire for motherhood, saying it's time. She believed she could balance her career while embracing parenthood, and she was ready to focus on building a family with Pitt. But just as she was preparing for this new chapter, rumors started swirling about Pitt's relationship with Angelina Jolie, his co-star in Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Despite the mount speculation, Aniston chose to trust her husband, stating she preferred to believe in his reassurances of innocence. By May 2004, however, the rumors of Pitt's alleged affair with Jolie had reached a fever pitch in the media despite their public denials. The rumors only grew louder, as reports of undeniable chemistry between Pitt and Jolie on set became impossible to ignore. Aniston, known for handling the media with grace, maintained her composure, choosing to trust Pitt's assurances that nothing inappropriate had occurred. However, the relentless scrutiny and gossip began taking a toll on their marriage. As 2004 came to a close, the rumors showed no signs of fading. Then in January 2005, just after celebrating New Year's Eve in Anguilla together, Pitt and Aniston shocked the world by announcing their separation in a joint statement to People magazine. They emphasized that their decision wasn't a result of the speculation, but rather a mutual and thoughtful conclusion. The couple expressed their commitment to remain friends and asked for privacy during the difficult time. Despite their carefully worded statement, the media immediately zeroed in on the alleged love triangle between Pitt, Aniston, and Jolie, intensifying speculation about the real reasons for their split. In the months following their separation, public interest in Pitt and Aniston's split only intensified. While the couple remained civil in the public eye, it became harder for Aniston to ignore the persistent rumors. Then in April 2005, everything escalated when photos emerged of Pitt vacationing with Jolie and her son Maddox on an African beach, fueling suspicions of a blossoming romance. Just a month later, Aniston filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences as more photos of Pitt and Jolie together surfaced, particularly those showing them with Max. Aniston was devastated that the media quickly coined the term Brangelina, solidifying the public's obsession with the new Hollywood couple. By the end of 2005, Pitt and Jolie were an inseparable media sensation, leaving Aniston to deal with the emotional aftermath of her failed marriage. Reflecting on her painful divorce, Aniston later admitted it was overwhelming. In interviews, she openly shared the anger, sadness, and confusion she experienced in the wake of their separation. "I would be a robot if I said I didn't feel moments of anger, hurt, or embarrassment," she confessed, adding that she struggled to comprehend everything that had unfolded. Though heartbroken, Aniston made the choice to seek meaning in the pain, noting that she believed there had to be a reason behind what had happened, even if it wasn't immediately clear. Just 2 months after their initial split, Aniston officially filed for divorce, requesting to return to her maiden name. The legal proceedings were relatively quick, and by October 2005 the divorce was finalized, closing the chapter on their much-publicized marriage. The revelation: Angelina Jolie's bombshell announcement. Despite ongoing rumors, both Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie had long maintained that no romantic involvement had occurred during Pitt's marriage to Jennifer Aniston. However, on January 11, 2006, Jolie shattered the illusion with a shocking revelation: she was pregnant with Brad's child. This was the first time the couple openly acknowledged their relationship, sending shock waves through the media and confirming what many had speculated for so long. The announcement marked a monumental shift, not only in Pitt and Jolie's love story, but also in the narrative surrounding the end of Pitt and Aniston's marriage. Later that same year, Jolie opened up to Vogue in a revealing interview, where she discussed how her connection with Pitt had evolved during the filming of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. She explained, "Because of the film, we ended up doing all these crazy things together, and I think we found this strange friendship and partnership over time." Jolie admitted that their relationship grew into something much deeper, and by the end of the shoot both realized their bond was far more profound than they had anticipated. This candid confession confirmed what many had suspected all along: Pitt and Jolie's relationship had indeed blossomed while he was still married to Jennifer Aniston. In initial silence and public reaction while Pitt and Jolie's romance became widely known, Aniston chose a quieter, more private path. It wasn't until September 2005 that she finally spoke out about the divorce. In an emotional Vanity Fair interview, Aniston openly shared the pain she was going through, admitting, "Am I lonely?" Later that year, Jolie sat down with Vogue for a revealing interview where she opened up about how her relationship with Pitt evolved while filming Mr. and Mrs. Smith. She explained, "Because of the film, we ended up doing all these crazy things together, and I think we found this strange friendship and partnership." Jolie went on to admit that as time passed, their bond deepened beyond a professional connection, and by the time the shoot ended, both realized their relationship had become more than either had expected. This confession confirmed what many had already suspected, that Pitt and Jolie's romance had begun while he was still married to Jennifer Aniston as Pitt and Jolie's relationship became public. Aniston chose to take a more private approach. It wasn't until September 2005 that she finally addressed the divorce in an emotional Vanity Fair interview. Aniston openly shared her feelings, confessing, "Am I lonely? Yes. Am I confused? Yes. Do I have my days when I've thrown a little pity party for myself? Absolutely." Her raw vulnerability touched fans deeply, showing the world the very personal side of her heartbreak. Amidst the public frenzy surrounding the end of her marriage, Aniston also touched on the painful timing of Jolie's pregnancy announcement, admitting it had been especially hard to process. Though she expressed no bitterness towards either Pitt or Jolie, she confessed to feeling shocked and deeply hurt by how fast Pitt had moved on. Despite the pain, Aniston remained composed, choosing grace over public drama, even as the media continued to dissect every detail of the love triangle. However, Aniston showed incredible self-awareness throughout, acknowledging the complexities that come with any relationship. Relationships are two people. Everyone is accountable. She added that even if most of the blame falls on the other person, there's still personal responsibility involved. She explained, "Even if it's 98% the other person's fault, you still own 2%. And that's what we're going to focus on." One of the most poignant moments in the interview came when Aniston was asked about the 60-page photo spread Pitt had recently done with Jolie for W magazine. The shoot, titled "Domestic Bliss," featured Pitt and Jolie portraying a married couple with children, stirring even more public intrigue. Aniston, still coming to terms with the end of her marriage, responded with both grace and candidness, "Is it odd timing? Yeah. But it's not my life. He makes his choices. He can do whatever. We're divorced, and you can see why." Despite the situation, she maintained a generous view of Pitt's character, reflecting, "Brad is not mean-spirited. He would never intentionally try to rub something in my face." Her words carried a mix of honesty and acceptance, showing that while the pain was still fresh, she was choosing to move forward with dignity. Looking back, Aniston shared her perspective on Pitt's action, saying, "I can see him going, oh, I can see that was inconsiderate. But I know Brad would say that's art." She added with a touch of humor, "There's a sensitivity chip that's missing." On October 2, 2005, the divorce between Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston was officially finalized. By this point, Pitt had fully moved on with Angelina Jolie, and their relationship continued to dominate headlines. Meanwhile, Aniston found herself grappling with the aftermath of such a public breakup, enduring relentless scrutiny from both the media and fans alike. In a later interview with Vanity Fair, Aniston opened up about the emotional toll the divorce had on her, saying, "There are many stages of grief. It's sad, something coming to an end. It cracks you open, in a way, cracks you open to feeling." While her words revealed the extent of her pain, they also highlighted her resilience. Aniston refused to hide from her emotions, showing the world that even in heartbreak she could find strength. This reflection on her grief resonated deeply with many, especially when she opened up about the difficulty of facing heartbreak so publicly. "I'm a human being having a human experience in front of the world," she confessed. "I wish it weren't in front of the world. I try really hard to rise above it, even though the emotional turmoil was immense." Aniston's strength stood out as she faced one of the hardest times of her life with grace and determination. As she tried to move forward, the media relentlessly focused on Pitt and Jolie's growing romance. In April 2005, photos emerged of Pitt, Jolie, and Jolie's adopted son Maddox vacationing together in Kenya. These images were especially heartbreaking for Aniston, who had believed Pitt's denials about his involvement with Jolie. Reflecting on the moment in her Vanity Fair interview, she acknowledged, "I can't say it was one of the highlights of my year. Seeing Pitt and Jolie together in such a public way was difficult," but Aniston remained composed, adding, "But stuff happens." Aniston faced the whirlwind of emotions head-on, even joking that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Despite the undeniable pain, yet she remained steadfast in not letting the media define her by the infamous love triangle narrative. "I am not defined by this relationship," she declared firmly. "I am not defined by the part the media is making me play in the triangle." Her frustration with the media's portrayal was evident, and she made it her mission to move forward, establishing an identity beyond her marriage to Pitt. Years later, in 2011, Brad Pitt reignited public curiosity about their past when he made remarks in an interview with Parade magazine that reflected on his life in the 1990s. Looking back, Pitt confessed, "I spent the 90s trying to hide out, trying to duck the full celebrity cacophony. I started to get sick of myself sitting on a couch holding a joint, hiding out. It started feeling pathetic. It became very clear to me that I was intent on trying to find a movie about an interesting life, but I wasn't living an interesting life myself." Brad Pitt's admission, "I think that my marriage to Jennifer Aniston had something to do with it," was interpreted by many as a slight against her, leading to a wave of backlash. Fans were quick to assume that Pitt found their marriage dull or lacking. Responding to the outcry, Pitt swiftly issued a public apology, stating it Grieves me that this was interpreted this way." He went on to praise Aniston, calling her an incredibly giving, loving and hilarious woman, who remains my friend. "It is an important relationship I value greatly." Pitt explained that his comments were not meant to reflect poorly on Aniston but were more about his own dissatisfaction with his life at that time. "The point I was trying to make is not that Jen was dull but that I was becoming dull to myself and that I am responsible for." In the wake of their divorce, Jennifer Aniston embarked on her own path to healing. Despite the emotional toll, she sought ways to rebuild her life, emphasizing the importance of self-reflection and personal growth. In multiple interviews, she has shared how moving forward was essential, refusing to let her past consume her or define her future. Over the years, Jennifer Aniston has solidified her place as far more than just Brad Pitt's ex-wife. She has built a wildly successful career and become one of Hollywood's most beloved stars. Despite the media constantly revisiting her relationship with Pitt, Aniston has always addressed the topic with dignity and poise, refusing to let her divorce define her. Aniston has focused on her personal happiness and fulfillment. Her journey through heartbreak, healing and ultimately thriving has inspired many, proving that even under the spotlight of intense public scrutiny, one can rise stronger than before. Following her very public split from Brad Pitt, Aniston gradually began to rebuild her life, although the media continued to dissect every aspect of her romantic relationships. In the summer of 2005, while filming the breakup in Chicago, Aniston started dating her co-star Vince Vaughn. Their relationship became a major focus of the media spotlight. By December 2006, Aniston and Vaughn had amicably gone their separate ways. Aniston remained silent about the breakup until a 2008 interview with Vogue, where she spoke fondly of their time together. "I call Vince my defibrillator," she said. "He literally brought me back to life. My first gasp of air was a big laugh. It was great. I love him. He's a bull in a china shop. He was lovely, fun and perfect for the time we had together. And I needed that." Their brief relationship seemed to be a much-needed healing experience for Aniston. Following her emotional split from Pitt, a roller coaster romance with John Mayer followed soon after. Post-Vaughn, Aniston began a tumultuous on-again off relationship with musician John Mayer. The pair started dating in 2008, but their romance was riddled with constant breakups and reconciliations. Despite the rocky nature of their relationship, it garnered immense public attention. Mayer, known for being outspoken, didn't shy away from discussing their breakup in the press, adding fuel to the fire of constant speculation. The couple's contrasting lifestyles and age gap ultimately led to their final breakup. After Mayer, Aniston soon found herself in a more stable relationship with actor Justin Theroux, marking a turning point in her personal life. Finding stability with Justin Theroux came in August 2011, when their relationship went public as they took the significant step of moving in together. Their bond deepened rapidly, and by August 10, 2012, Theroux proposed with a stunning $500,000 engagement ring. The engagement marked a fresh chapter for Aniston, far removed from the tabloid frenzy that plagued her previous romances. The Rose's proposal symbolized a new beginning, offering stability and love without the shadow of her past relationships. Meanwhile, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie were also starting a new chapter. After years of dating and raising their 6 children together, the couple finally tied the knot on August 23, 2014. The intimate wedding took place at their luxurious French chateau with only 22 family members in attendance, including their children Max, Pax, Zahara, Shiloh, Vivian, and Knox. The ceremony marked a significant milestone in Brad Pitt's post-Aniston journey, symbolizing the deepening bond between him and Angelina Jolie. However, despite what seemed like an idyllic family life, trouble was brewing beneath the surface. In contrast, Jennifer Aniston and Justin Theroux's wedding was a much more surprising and secretive affair. Nearly a year after Brad and Angelina's nuptials on August 5, 2015, Jennifer and Justin tied the knot in a private ceremony at their Bel Air home, cleverly disguised as Theoux's 43rd birthday party. The couple managed to keep their wedding plans under wraps, delighting their unsuspecting guests. Theroux later shared that part of the fun came from pulling off the secret celebration. The intimate affair was a joyous and much-needed moment for Aniston, who had finally found peace and happiness in her relationship with Theroux. However, while Jennifer was experiencing bliss, Brad and Angelina's relationship was unraveling. Just 2 years after their wedding on September 19, 2016, Jolie filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. What followed was a highly publicized, contentious custody battle over their 6 children, casting a shadow over their once celebrated union. Initially, Jolie had full custody of the children, but after a drawn-out legal battle spanning over 4 years, Brad Pitt was finally granted joint custody in May 2021. This divorce officially marked the end of the Brangelina era, closing yet another chapter in Pitt's life that had kept the world captivated. Then rumors began swirling about Brad and Jennifer possibly reconnecting not long after Pitt and Jolie's separation. Reports surfaced suggesting that Pitt had reached out to his ex-wife Jennifer Aniston in 2017 on her 48th birthday. Pitt allegedly sent her a text message wishing her well. During their brief exchange, Pitt reportedly opened up about the challenges he was facing amid his split from Jo. Though this interaction was short, it fueled intense media speculation about the nature of their relationship. Fans eagerly clung to the idea that there might still be some lingering emotions between the two, though neither Pitt nor Aniston publicly confirmed any of the rumors. Around the same time, Jennifer Aniston and Justin Theroux, who had tied the knot in 2015, made their final public appearance together in July 2017 at Jason Bateman's Hollywood Walk of Fame ceremony. By February 2018, Jennifer Aniston and Justin Theroux announced their separation after 2.5 years of marriage. Their breakup reignited public interest in Aniston's past with Brad Pitt, especially after rumors surfaced suggesting she had kept old love notes from Pitt during her marriage to Theo. Some speculated that these mementos of her former romance could have played a role in the dissolution of her marriage. However, both Aniston and Theroux have never confirmed these claims, as both Aniston and Pitt found themselves single once again. Rumors of a potential reunion between the two began swirling. The speculation reached a fever pitch in February 2019 when Brad Pitt made a surprise appearance at Aniston's 50th birthday party at the Sunset Tower Hotel in Los Angeles. His attendance fueled fan hopes that the former couple might rekindle their relationship despite the growing buzz. Pitt stayed tight-lipped, brushing off reunion rumors when questioned by paparazzi. "Oh my God," he laughed, dismissing the speculation with humor. Later that same year, Pitt was spotted once again at Jennifer Aniston's holiday party, further fueling rumors of a rekindling romance between the two. A source revealed that Pitt was among the first to arrive and one of the last to leave, staying at Aniston's holiday party until nearly 11 p.m. His presence at both events fueled media and fan speculation about a potential romantic reconciliation, though both Aniston and Pitt have repeatedly insisted that their relationship remains purely platonic. Despite the ongoing rumors, the pair have consistently shown mutual respect and support for one another, leaving the public to wonder whether their connection is simply a deep friendship or something more. In early 2020, Brad Pitt reignited public interest in their relationship by publicly referring to Aniston as a good friend. However, it was their reunion at the Screen Actors Guild SAG Awards that same year that sent fans into a frenzy. The two shared a few intimate moments backstage and on the red carpet, sparking fresh speculation about where they stood. Photos of their brief interaction, marked by their flirtatious body language, quickly went viral, once again fueling hopes that the iconic Hollywood couple might rekindle their romance. Despite the excitement surrounding this reunion, both Brad and Jennifer continued to assert that they were just friends. Neither star confirmed any romantic involvement, emphasizing in interviews that their bond remained close but purely platonic. This was yet another instance where fans projected their hopes for a reconciliation onto a relationship that both seemed content to leave in the past. In September 2020, the former couple found themselves in the spotlight again when they reunited for a charity table read of the 1982 classic Fast Times at Ridgemont High, participating alongside stars like Morgan Freeman, Matthew McConaughey, and Julia Roberts. Aniston and Pitt took on the roles of Linda and Brad. Their playful and flirtatious exchange during the reading, including Jennifer's memorable line, "Hi Brad, you know how cute I always thought you were. I think you're so sexy. Will you come to me?" sparked another frenzy of speculation among fans, adding to the intrigue. Aniston later shared an Instagram story featuring her dog, but what really caught fans' attention was the man lying on the floor in the background, leading many to wonder if it was Brad. The only part of his chest and hand were visible. Many belied the build and style closely resembled Brad Pitt, while the identity of the man in the photo was never confirmed. It added even more fuel to the ongoing rumors of a possible reconciliation between the two. Jennifer sets the record straight. Almost a year after their playful table read, Jennifer Aniston finally put the rumors to rest once and for all. During an interview on The Howard Stern show, Stern asked her if their reunion at the charity event had felt awkward. Aniston firmly denied any discomfort, saying, "No, it was absolutely fun. You know, Brad and I are buddies, like we're friends. And we speak." She went on to explain that there was no oddness between them apart from the fact that many people were watching and hoping for something more. Her candid response helped clarify the nature of their relationship and quieted some of the ongoing speculation. Brad's reflections and regret. Despite the endless speculation about their relationship, it has been reported that Brad Pitt has privately expressed regret over how he handled the end of his marriage to Jennifer. A source close to the actor revealed that Pitt regretted how he had handled the breakup, wishing he had been more thoughtful during that difficult time. He even asked Jennifer for forgiveness, which she graciously granted. Aniston herself reflected on the breakup in an interview with Vogue, stating, "Look, it's not like divorce is something that you go, oh, I can't wait to get divorced. It doesn't feel like a tickle." But she also shared how distant that pain had become over time. "It's so vague at this point. It's so far away in my mind. I can't even remember the darkness." She emphasized that their split wasn't as bitter as the media made it seem. "We really had an amicable split." She said it wasn't mean and hateful like people thought. Aniston further revealed that soon after they separated, they got on the phone and had a long, honest conversation to clear the air. Ever since, she shared, "We've been warm and respectful of each other." Jennifer's reflections highlighted the deep mutual respect the former couple has maintained despite the public scrutiny and constant rumors surrounding their relationship. Addressing the motherhood rumors in 2022, Jennifer Aniston finally opened up about the long-standing rumors that had surrounded her since her split from Brad Pitt. For years, speculation swirled that the couple's marriage ended because Aniston had supposedly chosen her career over starting a family, but in an emotional interview with Allure, Aniston set the record straight, revealing the real reason behind their lack of children. "It was a challenging road for me, the baby-making road," she confessed. "All the years and years of speculation, it was really hard." Aniston confronted the painful rumors that Pitt had left her because she didn't want children, calling them absolute lies. She continued the narrative that "I was just selfish, that I only cared about my career, and God forbid a woman is successful and doesn't have a child." Aniston didn't hold back as she debunked the hurtful speculation. "The reason my husband left me, why we broke up, was because I wouldn't give him a kid." That was absolute nonsense. Her candid revelation brought much-needed clarity to a topic that had been misrepresented for years and finally allowed her to share her truth, moving on from the scrutiny. Jennifer Aniston also shared in 2022 that she had tried to conceive through IVF after her divorce but unfortunately had not been successful. She candidly admitted that she wished someone had advised her to freeze her eggs earlier, but ultimately she felt no regrets about the choices she made throughout her life. "The ship has sailed," she reflected, but stressed that she was at peace with her journey despite ongoing rumors that she was considering adoption. Aniston has continued to live her life unapologetically free from societal pressures and expectations. Her ability to rise above the relentless scrutiny and speculation surrounding her personal life speaks volumes about her inner strength and resilience, allowing her to move forward with grace and confidence, even under the constant glare of the spotlight. Jennifer Aniston has proven time and again that she is much more than the sum of her relationships or the swirling rumors about her personal life. Through heartbreak, healing, and personal growth, she has shown the world her remarkable capacity to thrive on her own terms. Aniston's journey has been one of self-discovery and empowerment, demonstrating that true strength is found from within as she continues to carve her own path. Jennifer Aniston remains one of Hollywood's most cherished figures, not for the scandals or headlines, but for her unwavering grace, resilience, and determination to never let her past define a hair